Shelly Palmer is our expert on all things streaming, Chief Executive of the Palmer Group. Good to see you.
How are you, Richard?
The range of assets that we just saw, the studios, the television channels, well, you can see them there, Star, Sky, Hulu. Is this just about streaming?
Well, first of all, the future is about streaming, and whether you want to look at it as isolated streaming tools or just the streaming business, video is about streaming. And the players who are great at it, Facebook and Google and Netflix and Amazon, have taken a bite out of the entertainment business as we understand it. And so you've got Rupert saying, let me consolidate my assets into things that are live and temporal, like sports and news. And you've got Disney, a behemoth, saying, let me really shore up my streaming capability. And this all makes good sense.
So Disney was announced last year, or earlier this year, I should say, that it's going to start its own streaming network.
Yeah.
If it's going to do that, I mean, does it add Hulu? We don't really know, do we, how they put these two things together? Does the Disney streaming effectively just become Hulu?
So they bought the rest of BAMTech that they didn't own, which is a really significant streaming organization. Now they're going to have Hulu. They do have their own streaming strategy that is sort of their own. When it comes out, Bob Iger's made it very clear he's going to take a big shot. He's going to make a big bet. And clearly today, he made a big bet in the future of video streaming. And so, yeah, it's an obvious future, and it makes all the sense. Like, it just makes sense.
But, you know, again, I'm looking at what he's buying and what he's already got.
Right.
Disney is huge in its own right. The Walt Disney Studios, the various divisions, but ABC,
they're not big enough. They're not even going to be big enough after this.
Against who?
Against Tier 1 tech and its ability to distribute at incredibly low cost with incredible low cost of capital.
Right, now let's just pause there. That's the point here.
Yes.
It's not that these Amazons and Netflix are, I mean, they're spending a lot of money on production,
yes, they are.
But they're still relatively small in terms of the movie-making industry compared to the big six.
Well, think about it this way. Amazon has announced they're going to spend $5–6 billion on original programming. Netflix, the number keeps going up. Last I heard it was $8 billion they're going to spend on original programming. I've got to tell you something. That's going to go towards the studio side in Hollywood because there aren't that many places that make great television or great video or great movies. But in practice, this is money pouring into this business from people who are not traditionally distributors of content. So if you're going to compete in this world and you're going to compete with you're going to find your way out of the traditional television business, the traditional theatrical distribution business, and find your way into the smartphones and the handheld devices of a new generation of consumer. You have to do what Disney's doing.
Okay, so taking all of that, this deal has put the sector in play. Yes. Who else now needs to watch out?
Look, this is a game of chess and checkers, and the DOJ hasn't weighed in yet because we're still waiting for AT&T and that deal to get done. This deal has got to go through regulatory. You mentioned in your open there are some regulatory hurdles. It makes sense that the DOJ should let this happen and that it should just be allowed to occur. But no matter how big these organizations get, they're still going to be, from a viewer standpoint, from a user standpoint, significantly smaller in the streaming world than the big streaming competition. So they're going to have to work hard to make it happen. It's all about numbers, and these are the new numbers. They laughed at Mark Zuckerberg when he bought his chat app. They laughed at Mark Zuckerberg when they spent all that money for Instagram. Who's laughing now?
Good to see you. There's something magic, though, about the old studios.
There is.
History.
Yeah, Marilyn Monroe and all that. It's awesome. And guess what? It will still be awesome. It's going to be distributed differently.
All right. Shelly Palmer, thank you.